Today our topic is we are basically starting a chapter number 3, that is the cell structure and functions. So basically, what is cell? First question arises that what is cell? Cell is basically a basic unit of life. Everyone is everyone know that what is the definition of cell, that it is a basic unit of life. Now, cell was first introduced by Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke basically was the first scientist. He was the first scientist to discover or introduce the cell in 1665. What he did, he cut the slice of bottle cork. He cut the slice of bottle cork. Then he saw a honeycomb-like structure. What he saw a honeycomb-like structure or a hollow chamber that he gave the name as cell. Like, he discovered the cell in 1665. He cut the slice of bottle cork and he examined it under the microscope. Then what he saw a honeycomb like a structure or a hollow chamber that he named it as a cell. Then another scientist came, that is Robert Brown. He discovered nucleus in 1831. He saw a circle, or we can say a sphere like structure that he named as nucleus. The structure in the cell. What he saw, Robert Brown, who has discovered the nucleus, he examined a cell. After Robert Hooke, no one has done the investigation on cell. After the Robert Brown came, he discovered a nucleus. He saw under the microscope, he saw that a circle sphere shaped like a structure was visible in the cell, and he named that visible structure as a nucleus. Robert Hooke basically examined a cell. Then Robert Brown has examined a sphere like a structure in the cell that he named as a nucleus. Then another scientist came, that name as Sean and Sheldon. They both basically define the structure of cell. Sheldon was a botanist and Sean was a zoologist. They both basically discuss about the structure of cell. They said that Sean said that cell is composed of a nucleus surrounded by a semi-fluid substance that he named as a cytoplasm, and cytoplasm that is enclosed in a membrane that is known as a plasma or the cell membrane. Let me explain you now. Sean was a zoologist and Sheldon was a botanist. They both defined the structure of cell. Sean said that cell is basically composed of a nucleus that is surrounded by a semi-fluid. Around the nucleus there is a semi-fluid substance that he named as cytoplasm. Like here, there was a semi-fluid like substance that he named as a cytoplasm, and cytoplasm is enclosed in a membrane. There was a membrane around the cytoplasm that is enclosed. Cytoplasm is enclosed in a membrane that he named as a cell membrane or the plasma membrane. Both are same, plasma membrane or the cell membrane. Then they examine that plant and animal cell both are same. They examined, but only the difference is that plant cell has a cell wall, but animal cell do not have cell wall. The difference was only that they both have discussed the structure of cell. The Sean said that cell is composed of a nucleus that is surrounded by a semi-fluid substance that is known as cytoplasm, and cytoplasm is enclosed in a membrane that is known as a plasma membrane or the cell membrane. Then they said that plant and the animal cell both are same, but the difference is that the plant cell has a cell wall and animal cell do not have a cell wall. So the cell theory was, the Sean and Sheldon give 2 points. First, all organisms are made up of cell, and cell is the basic unit of life. Then another scientist who was Rudolf Virchow, he gave a third point of the cell theory, that new cell arrive from the pre-existing cells. That was the 3 points of cell theory. 2 were given by Sean and Sheldon, and third was given by the Rudolf Virchow, that is new cell arrive from the pre-existing cell. Now that was a theory. Now if we talk about the protoplasm. Protoplasm is basically the combination of nucleus and cytoplasm, both. Like protoplasm is a combination of nucleus and cytoplasm. It is a living matter. Like it is living. How it is living? It is a living matter. It is living because a fluid, like that is a cell, a fluid, because it is a fluid. It is a fluid, and that movement of that fluid in a circle form in cytoplasm of the cell, that movement is known as cyclosis. That is why it is known as a living matter. What does mean by this? Like it is a living matter, it is a fluid, and the movement of that fluid is in circle form in the cytoplasm of the cell, and that movement of fluid is known as cyclosis. So that is why it is known as a living matter, because that fluid is moving in a circle form.